Welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam, and actually it's getting help for us in Montgomery.
Absolutely.
And we have Ronda Walker. Ronda, you are amazing. Ronda is on the county commission. She's a county commissioner. She is the first woman in 15 years. And are you the only female on there?
I am.
I think. Okay, you're outnumbered. But we're going to talk a little bit today. We have people who sometimes, Jack and I were saying, that say, well, what's the difference in what the city does and what the county commission does? And first of all, I'd love for us, our audience, to learn something here. What is the commission different than the city?
That's a question I get asked a lot, and as I travel around my district and visit with neighborhoods, that's the first thing I try to explain, the difference between the city and the county. There are 5 county commissioners. We divide the county equally into 5 parts. We each have about 50,000 constituents. My district is District 3. And that's the Atlanta Highway Corridor. So basically from Capitol Heights Middle School all the way up the Atlanta Highway to Chantilly, to the Arrowhead neighborhood.
Okay.
Wow.
I represent those neighborhoods, those businesses, the churches, everything along the Atlanta Highway and north of the bypass. That's all in the city. So I'm a county commissioner, but my district is all in the city.
Absolutely.
There are 2 county commissioners that have land in the district proper, out Hope Hull, Raymer, the South Montgomery County, those parts. And what we do for the county proper is take care of the roads and bridges. We fund the sheriff's department, which works outside the police jurisdiction in the county. But we also fund the probate office, which every citizen of Montgomery County utilizes. So we have a variety. We fund the jail, we fund the district attorney's office, which is a state function, but in partnership with Montgomery County, as the state continues to shrink the budget for the district attorney in a time that we need law enforcement and the DA increased. Montgomery County, the commission, we're having to step in and bridge that gap.
Okay. Well, you just passed the biggest budget ever, I believe. And 2 of the major factors that we have concerns with, counties and city, are our schools and crime.
Sure.
And I'd like to get an opinion from you on the funding for the school system.
We passed at our county commission meeting our budget, $107 million. And that is bigger. Obviously, it fluctuates based on sales tax largely. There are other variables that make it fluctuate, but that means Montgomery's doing well. Our hotels are filled. Our people are shopping in the stores, so our budget is up, which is fantastic. Education. Several years ago, about a dozen years ago, the Montgomery County Commission was giving the Montgomery County school system, but the Montgomery County Commission is not in charge of the school system. That's a common misconception. We don't have any jurisdiction whatsoever over the school system.
Okay.
However, about a dozen years ago, we were giving the school system about $12 million a year towards their general fund budget. The commission at that time decided to pass a 1-cent sales tax strictly for education in Montgomery County. So that took the $12 million up to about $28 million. So funding education is a priority. So now we give about $28 million a year to the Montgomery Public School System. We still don't have jurisdiction, but we want that to, we want a partnership. We want to have a seat at the table when it comes to decisions, because as we all know, our public school system is struggling significantly right now. I graduated from Lee High School in 1990, really in the heyday of Montgomery Public Schools, and so much has changed in the years since then. And a variety of things has happened, but I would like to see Montgomery fund our principals, pay our principals more than any principals in the Southeast. The principals are the key.
Yep.
In my opinion, the
Yep.
principals
They're
are the
the head
key.
coach.
They're the head coach.
Yes.
You got to pay that head coach,
Right.
and then give them autonomy to run their team. Pay them the best in the Southeast, and then have a national search and bring in the best of the best. We've got to encourage our teachers by making sure money and funds don't get stuck at the central office. We need to
Yes.
make sure
Yes.
that money gets to the classroom. It seems like the trickle-down effect. The classroom is the last place to see the money.
That's right.
We need to give parents the opportunity to decide where their kids go to school. Limiting parents to certain schools, forcing a parent to send their child to a school simply because of the neighborhood they live in is a failed model. It doesn't encourage those schools to improve because they're going to get students, they're going to get, and money follows the student. Federal
right.
money and state
That's
money.
right.
So
That's
where
right.
the students are,
right.
that's where the money is. So let's let the parents decide where they want their children, and let's let the money go there. That will create a sense of positive reinforcement for the schools doing well, and a little bit of competition for the ones that need to improve.
Well, we've long said, or I've always seen in my lifetime, that you support what you help to create.
That's right.
And when you have a decision and you are a part of that decision, you are far more likely to
Yep.
support it.
You have some
So-
buy-in. You have to have buy-in.
Yeah, you really, like Jack has said,
Yeah.
you've always got to have some skin in the game. And I
Right.
think
That's
that
right.
our community has to step up. Parents and families have to step up. Our churches have to step up, because education right now is going to be the biggest hurdle we have to overcome.
It's number one.
It really is, because we need to draw in businesses to
Right.
our community. You know, that is such an amazing topic, and I think that we'll probably have you back next week maybe and talk about crime and safety, because education, you've covered it so well, and you are a mother and you have children.
I have children in the Montgomery Public School system. I have a 3rd grader and a 5th grader that attend Del Reyta Elementary School.
Okay.
And there are a lot of positive stories from the Montgomery Public School system that we don't hear. There are some extraordinary teachers and extraordinary principals
I agree.
doing
Great.
good work. And I see it firsthand.
Well,
so we need
I
to
love
celebrate
it.
those
I
stories
applaud
too.
you for being a mother who can speak to that issue, and you can actually tell the truth and get behind it, because your children are in public school. You're not on the outside looking in
Right.
and making judgments.
Right.
Rhonda, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
with
guys.
us.
I
And
enjoyed
we'll
being
talk
here.
about the safety part of this and crime next time when we come back.
Great.
And thank you for being with us, and let's all get together and make that effort to make our education system the best. And we'll be right back.